And welcome to the Smith University Center on the campus of Francis Marion University here in Florence, South Carolina. Rob Lau here with you on the Patriot Sports Network for the final non-conference game of the season for the FMU men's basketball team. They are taking on the University of Mount Olive Trojans. The Patriots 4-1, Mount Olive 2-4. Coming into tonight's contest, FMU coming off of a win over University of North Georgia back on Saturday, their first Peach Belt Conference game of the season. Patriots holding off the Nighthawks 82-79. A pair of freshmen, the Twin Towers, as FMU head coach Gary Edwards likes to call them. Winston Hill and Caleb Stevens each going for career highs. Hill leading the way with 24 for FMU and Stevens with 22 for the Patriots in that 82-79 win over the Nighthawks. Despite getting outshot in that game, the Patriots were under 50%, while the Nighthawks actually shot 51% from the field, but the Patriots were able to start their Peach Belt Conference season 1-0. And now they step back outside of conference play, winners of 4 in a row since that season-opening loss at Catawba. Since then, the Patriots have beaten Newberry on a neutral floor. They destroyed Methodist here in their home opener, won at Shaw just before Thanksgiving, and then, as I mentioned, Saturday a win over the University of North Georgia. For the Mount Olive Trojans, they are coached by Joey Higginbotham, his 20th season with the program, 11th as the head coach, 187 and 112. Overall, the Trojans have played 4 Peach Belt Conference teams in their non-conference schedule already. This will be their 5th. Tonight here against FMU, they have lost to Augusta, Clayton State, and UNC Pembroke, and their one win over our Peach Belt Conference team came against Georgia Southwestern State, a 2-point victory. That was on a neutral court in Wilson, North Carolina at the Barton College 45-Second Classic. The Trojans had lost 3 in a row before winning their conference opener. The Trojans knocking off one of the preseason favorites in Conference Carolina's King University up in Mount Olive over the weekend on Saturday. They knocked off King 78-63. So the Trojans starting off their conference season 1-0 just like the Patriots. They were picked 3rd preseason in that conference. The Patriots picked in the middle of the pack in the Peach Belt Conference. They are, of course, led by Gary Edwards in his 13th season as the FMU head coach. He's 175 and 164, of course, coming off of last year's NCAA tournament appearance with all-time leading scorer Dietrich Browning helping lead the way. This will be the 7th all-time meeting between the Patriots and the Trojans in men's basketball. They have split the first 6, 3 apiece, but FMU has had the upper hand the last couple of seasons. The red, white, and blue with victories over UMO each of the last 2 seasons. Last season, up in Mount Olive, the Patriots won 91-75. Dietrich Browning led a come-from-behind victory. The Patriots trailed by 4 points at halftime of that contest and had a couple of big runs in the second half, including a 15-0 run to help that come-from-behind victory as that team started off hot last season en route to that NCAA tournament appearance. 2 seasons ago, the teams met right here at Smith University Center with the Patriots coming out on top in that one as well. 99-89, led by Dietrich Browning's 33 points in that contest. Also notable from last year's contest, Brandon Parker, the senior forward from Sumter, South Carolina, had 21 against the Trojans last year, and he enters tonight with 830 career points, 30th on the FMU career scoring list, and he needs 20 points to pass Jeff Dean and Kevin Everhart. Dean here from FMU from 73-77, and Everhart here from 86-88. That would move Parker into 28th position on the all-time scoring list here at Francis Marion. So even if he does not get it tonight, he will certainly get it in the very near future. Brandon Parker is coming off of his lowest point total of the game, 7 points against the University of North Georgia. It was the first time this season that Parker had not scored in double figures. Now makes freshman forward Caleb Stevens the only Patriot to have scored in double figures in each of the first 5 games for FMU, including that 22 against North Georgia contest that I mentioned on Saturday. Just about ready to get the starting lineups for tonight's contest here at Smith University Center. As the horn sounds. We'll start with the University of Mount Olive Trojans. As I mentioned, 2-4. They started off their season with a victory, or their conference season, I should say, with a victory over King on Saturday. Led by Joey Higginbotham, his assistants are Justin Griffith and Cornelius Snow IV. Starting at one guard, a 6'4" senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's Jamal Matton. He's averaging 10.2 points a game so far this season. He is one of 5 Trojans to be averaging double figures in scoring. 5'9" sophomore guard Alan Treacle from Arlington, Virginia. Also in the starting lineup today. He has started now 6 in a row after coming off of the bench in the first game. He is the leading scorer for Mount Olive at 14.9 points per game. And another guard, freshman Michael Brown, 5'10", from Winchester, Virginia, 10.7 points per game in his inaugural season. He had a career-high 16 in Saturday's win over King. Starting at another guard, junior Cameron Robinson, 6 foot from Woodbridge, Virginia. He has scored in double figures in each of the meetings against the Patriots the last 2 seasons, including 17 off the bench at FMU 2 years ago. And at forward, a sophomore from Hookerton, North Carolina, 6'5", Don Pickford, 7.2 points, 5.2 rebounds per game. Second on the team in rebounds is Pickford. And for the Patriots, starting at one forward, a senior from Charleston, South Carolina, at 6'4", Jaquan Perry. Jaquan, a transfer from Florida Atlantic University. He spent his first 2 seasons at Spartanburg Methodist. Starting at another forward, it's Calix Stevens, the freshman from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 6'7". Coming off of his career-high 22-point effort on Saturday. The point guard is junior Jaquez Smith, 5'7", from Ocala, Florida, a junior with 15 assists combined in the 2 meetings with Mount Olive the last 2 seasons. And another guard, senior Ryan Davis, 6'3", out of Cartersville, Georgia, had a then career-high 20 points and also 8 rebounds against Mount Olive last season in the Patriots' victory. And the senior forward, Brandon Parker, 6'3", from Sumter, South Carolina, as I mentioned, 21 points at Mount Olive 1 year ago. The Patriots in their home whites with the navy blue and red trim. They'll be attacking from right to left here in the first half. Mount Olive in the green with the black and white trim. Just about ready to get started. The 4-1 Patriots and the 2-4 Trojans. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the Patriots Sports Network. Final home game prior to the holiday break for FMU basketball. The next FMU basketball action will be a doubleheader against Young Harris on Saturday, January 5th. Calix Stevens will jump it up with Don Pickford. All is up in the air. Pickford taps it to Jamal Matton, and quickly the Trojans are on the attack, and Matton banks it in 5 seconds in. Mount Olive is on the board first with Jamal Matton, the senior from Virginia Beach. Second team All-Conference Carolinas a year ago, as now Jaquez Smith brings it over to Parker. Now Perry triggers a 3, missed it. Calix Stevens on the offensive glass puts it back in to even things up, and both teams are on the board on their opening possession. 30 seconds in, already 2-2. The Patriots boast the top offense in the Peach Belt Conference as they go inside to Pickford again. And the big fella, Pickford, is on the board to give UMO once again an early 2-point advantage. As I mentioned, the Patriots 91.8 points per game, tops in the Peach Belt. Corner 3 from Stevens off the mark. Battling for the rebound is Davis for FMU. Pickford knocked it away from Parker, but it went out of bounds and will stay on this end with FMU 27 to shoot. Parker will trigger. Gets it right back from Davis. Thought about the 3. Hangs on to it. Now he will trigger a deep 3. Parker short. Rebound bouncing around, and Calix Stevens is going to call for a loose ball foul as he knocked Jamal Matton to the floor. Be the first on Stevens and the first on FMU. And so the Trojans will bring it back up, looking to extend their lead to multiple possessions. They're averaging 69.7 points a game in their first 6 contests. That one was nearly swiped away by Parker, going back and driving into lane. Now kick to the corner. 3-pointer is off mark. But Pickford gets the offensive board, but Parker pokes it away. Stevens looking to run. Jaquez Smith looks for the support of Parker at the elbow. Corner three, Smith, good. Jaquez Smith knocks down the first triple of the night for FMU. And the Patriots have their first lead of the night at 5-4. FMU, 9.8 three-pointers made per game, tops in the Peach Belt. And that pass went off the hands of Pickford out of bounds. And FMU will regain possession after the pass was just a little bit too hot to handle for the sophomore big man. 2-3 zone shown by the Trojans here. Patriots go to the corner again. Double teamed is Perry. Now Pickford will go back into the paint. Parker looking to drive, cut off. Back out to Davis, top of the key. Now corner three from Jaquan Perry, and he knocks it through. Jaquan Perry triples, and the Patriots doubling up the Trojans in the early going. First 3 points for Perry. Pickford gets it in the paint quickly, blocked by Stevens, and Perry will come away with it for FMU. Jaquan Perry looking to run, finds Jaquez Smith open on the wing. Off the mark with the three. Pickford will clear the board for the Trojans. A long skip feed, now getting it back for the corner three and missing it was Treacle. And Jaquan Perry has the rebound for the Patriots. Smith, top of the key, Parker gets it to Stevens at the elbow, thought about it. Now makes its way around to Ryan Davis. Top of the key, Parker is open for three. He lets fly off the mark. Loose ball comes to Stevens. Fresh 30 for FMU, leading 8-4. On a 6-0 run at the moment. Parker finds Perry. Thought about it, almost traveled. Skip feed to Davis. Now to Parker for the wing three. It's through. 3 straight threes by FMU, and they have now gone up by 7 after trailing 4-2 early. It's now 9-0. This run. Here's Pickford, a short jumper. Airballed it. Parker the rebound. Parker looking to run. Finds Ryan Davis, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Parker. Taking the charge underneath was Matten for not all of it, the first on Parker. Second team foul for FMU, and we'll get our first Patriots subs. Winston Hill, a freshman from Columbia, 6'7", checks in along with Kendall Wall, the 6'4" junior forward out of Columbia as well. And Sean Larimore gets his first action for the Trojans. Larimore, the 6'8" freshman forward out of Lancaster, California. They tried to find the big man, but Hill intercepted the pass. Smith looking to run quickly, finds Ryan Davis, who drives into the paint, gets it to go, and the foul. Ryan Davis with his first bucket, and now each of the Patriots starters have a bucket here in the opening 4 minutes. Jonathan Maban with the personal, his first on Mount Olive. Looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. Davis knocks it in. And the Patriots will make a couple more changes. Davis and Smith will go to the bench, replaced by freshman Alex Cox, 6'2" guard out of Concord, North Carolina, and senior Douglas Dwight, 6 foot out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. 14-4, the Patriots are now on a 12-0 run. After that, Davis, old-fashioned three-point play. Looking to drive is Matten. Perry guarding him. Kick it out. The open three from the wing, and it's good for Jonathan Meban. He's been hot the last couple of games. 11 of 17 from downtown in the last 2 Trojan contests. Cox finds Perry in the corner, and he answers with a 3 of his own. And Mount Olive will call a timeout. The Patriots up by 10 early after the Trojans scored 4 of the first 6 points. The Patriots now on a 15-3 run. And Jaquan Perry with his couple of threes, the leading scorer for FMU in the early moments. So 17-7 in favor of the Patriots. Don't forget, that the Patriot women will be in action at Claflin University on December the 14th at 5:30. And then both teams will play a pair of road conference games before the holiday break. December 17th, they're at Georgia Southwestern, and then on the 19th at Columbus State. So those are the next two conference opponents for FMU after the men beat and the women fell to North Georgia on Saturday at the conference opener. The next home contest for FMU will be a Peach Belt Conference doubleheader on Saturday, January 5th against Young Harris College. The women will get it started at 1:30 with the men to follow shortly after. Patriot Nation, be proud and wear red, white, and blue for all your Christmas gifts. Visit the Francis Marion Patriots online store at www.fmupatriotsshop.com to get all your Patriot gear. So out of the timeout, Trojans will walk it up. It's the freshman point guard Michael Brown handing it off to Darius Spragley. Into the lineup is Urban. Knocked down that three moments ago. Spragley, watched closely by Kendall Wall, and Wall pokes it away. Wall's got some help with him. He'll take it himself. Now he feeds to Alex Cox. Couldn't finish. And Wall will pick up the offensive rebound, but he stepped on the baseline. And it'll go back over to Mount Olive. Good hustle there by Kendall Wall to keep the possession alive for FMU. Just lost track of where he was standing in the corner there. And it's a turnover for the Patriots. A little bit of a push off there by Brown as he got into the paint, kicks it over to the corner. My man rattles a three out, but Larimore gets an offensive rebound and a fresh 30 for Mount Olive. Brown gets a screen, and now the Patriots trap him at center court. They say deflection, no over and back. And now, without a whistle, and I believe Mount Olive got a timeout. Patriots are hoping for a tie-up. A couple of officials getting together now to discuss it at center court. And so it will be a timeout awarded for Mount Olive. It'll be their second already here in the first 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Patriots arguing that it was a loose ball, or a tie-up, but it will be Mount Olive ball out of the timeout. They will have 19 seconds to shoot. Keep up with all Patriot sports action online at www.fmupatriots.com and on social media. Use the hashtag SwampEm if you're talking about FMU sports. And don't forget to support FMU athletics by joining the Swamp Fox Club. For more info, visit our website at www.fmupatriots.com or give us a call at 843-661-1240. Out of the timeout, Wall, Cox, Hill, Perry, and Dwight on the floor for FMU. So just one starter, that's Jaquan Perry, who's knocked down a couple of threes for the Patriots. Here's a dribble drive and a shot blocked by Winston Hill. That was Brown who tried to fire it. And the loose ball was last touched by Spragley, and it's back over to FMU, who will go with a line change and bring all four starters that were on the bench back onto the floor. The only sub that remains on the court after that line change is Winston Hill. So it's Stevens, Parker, Hill, Smith, and Davis for FMU. Parker on the wing, tried to dump it down to Hill, had it knocked away from him, but gets it back, working on Larimore, and Larimore is going to get called for the foul, and that'll send Winston Hill to the line for a couple of free throws. It'll be the first free throw attempts of the night, or correction, the second and third. Ryan Davis had a three-point play that he converted on earlier in the half. First one on the way, nothing but nylon for Hill. 13 of 20 at the foul line this season for Hill. Had a go-ahead and one against North Georgia on Saturday with 1:36 remaining to break a 73-73 tie. Then after North Georgia answered with a bucket on the Patriots end, he emphatically put the Patriots up by 3 with a dunk. He misses the second, but Parker gets the offensive rebound. Pass intended for Davis is knocked away, Meban on the run, and he will lay it in transition. The deflection leads to the breakaway layup for Jonathan Meban, who has got 5 points off of the Mount Olive bench here in just a couple of minutes worth of action. Patriots by 9. Jacquez Smith out to Hill, thought about the 3. Stevens to Parker. Parker kicks it back out to Stevens, right wing 3, and it's good. Alex Stevens now with 5 as he triples. The Patriots, some hot shooting here in the early going. From downtown, that's already 5 threes made by FMU. Adam looking for Larimore down in the paint, or at least Larimore was calling for it. Adam goes away from him, watched by Stevens. Meban thought about the 3, now dribble drives on Parker. Trapped, and his pass was knocked away by Davis, but he could not quite handle it cleanly. Able to go out of bounds and stay with Mount Olive. Just 8 seconds to shoot. Don Pigford will return. He replaces Larimore. Eight to shoot for the Trojans. Meban with a wing jumper off the mark. Stevens over Pigford, grabs the rebound. Jacquez Smith flying into the paint. Winston Hill, face-up jumper over Pigford, a little long, and Spragley grabs the rebound for Mount Olive. Looking to drive on Hill, does, misses the layup though, and Parker has the rebound for FMU. Parker on the move, driving into the paint, finger roll off the mark. He thought it was hit. Slowly gets back to his feet behind the play. Pigford grabbed the rebound. Trojans looking to run with a one-man advantage, at least for the moment. Left open for 3 is Brown at the top of the key, couldn't find it. Parker with another rebound for FMU, his 4th in the early going. Smith will slow it down this time for the Patriots. A 21-9 lead. Dozen points matching the biggest margin for the home team here in this first half. Looking for their 5th straight win. And a 4-1 finish to non-conference play. Stevens open again for 3, and he knocks another one down. Back-to-back three-pointers have gone for Stevens, and it's a 15-point advantage for FMU. Biggest lead, and just 8 minutes in. Patriots coming out on fire here in this first half. Here's Brown looking to drive on Smith, and he will lay it in for an easy 2. Brown's first points of the night for the Trojans. Tracy Hamner shouting out the play from the FMU sideline, more or less the offensive coordinator for Coach Edwards. Ryan Davis wide open on the right wing for 3, a little bit long with the shot, but he gets his own miss, spinning into the paint, lost the handle, gets it on the deck, and his last touch by Mount Olive. And that'll bring us to another timeout on the floor. Patriots with a 24-11 lead with 11:28 to go here in the first half. And it's been the hot shooting of the Patriots that has opened up this first half lead. FMU 6 out of 10 from deep. 8 out of 16 overall from the field, while Mount Olive 5 of 14 from the field. Patriots with 3 turnovers, the Trojans with 4. A big factor in the Patriots' offensive success so far in this young part of the season has been the assists. The Patriots averaging 19.6 assists per game. That's tops in the Peach Belt Conference and 5th nationally in NCAA Division II. They've had a couple of games where they've handed out 27 assists, and so far they've assisted on 7 of their 8 field goals. They're 91.8 points per game. As I mentioned earlier, leads the Peach Belt. It's also 12th in NCAA Division II, and they're on their way to possibly increasing that tonight with already 24 points, 8.5 minutes into this first half. FMU students are encouraged to join the Riot Club, the student fan group for Patriot Athletics. Applications are available on the athletic website at FMUpatriots.com. And don't forget to follow Francis Marion University Athletics through social media at FMU Sports, and don't forget the hashtag Swamp'em. Patriots are swamping the Trojans here in the early stages of the first half. They led by as many as 15 at 24-9. It's 24-11 now as Parker triggers for FMU out of the timeout. Corner, Jacquez Smith looking to drive against Pigford, was denied, but kicked it over to Parker, who was short on the 3. Pigford grabs another rebound for Mount Olive, his 4th of this first half. Meban was unguarded in the paint, took it there, missed, but he tips in his own miss. Or rather, that was Matten, I should say, who puts it in. Stevens in the paint, driving on Pickford, and couldn't get it to go, but he will head to the free throw line. Calix Stevens came into tonight's action leading the Peach Belt Conference among freshmen in points per game and rebounds per game. Calix with 16.8 points and 7 rebounds per game. Tops among freshmen in both, and 5th overall in the league in scoring as he knocks down his first free throw attempt. He is FMU's leading scorer with 9 so far in the first half. Patriots have struggled a little bit at the line this season, but Stevens has not been one of those who has struggled, as of course announcers jinx. He misses the second. He is now 9 of 12 from the stripe this season. Patriots by a dozen. Try to trap up top. Pickford left alone in the paint, and he'll jam it home. Michael Brown cleverly ducked out of the trap and got his big man a jam. The lead is 10 for FMU after UMO scored 4 of the first 6. It's been all Patriots ever since. Smith lost it on the way up. He thought it was fouled, or at least that it was last touched by a Mount Olive defender. It wasn't, and it's a turnover for FMU, their 4th of the first half. Each team has turned it over 4 times. The Patriots turned it over a season low 10 times against North Georgia, and helping them overcome allowing 51% shooting. Brown gets into the paint, fouled by Smith, and Brown will head to the charity stripe. Fans, be sure to sign your kids up for the Patriots Kids Club. For more information on how your child can become a member, call 843-661-1503 or go online to www.fmupatriots.com. Michael Brown rattles home the first. Brown now 15 out of 19 at the foul line this season, leading Conference Carolinas in assists with 5.3 per game. Rattles out the second. Jaquan Perry on the rebound for FMU. Leading scorers for FMU, it's Calix Stevens with 9 and Jonathan Meban with 5 to lead Mount Olive. Halfway through this first half, here's Ryan Davis trying to drive against Pickford, and the big man, Pickford, is going to be called with a foul. That'll be his second, 4th team foul. And that'll send the sophomore to the bench. Junior Cameron Robinson returns for Coach Higginbotham and the Trojans. 20 on the shot clock for FMU. Davis gets it in to the top of the key. Perry. There's the starting 5 out there for FMU. Smith, Perry, Davis, Stevens, and Parker. Parker has it on the far side wing, guarded by Robinson. Now 5 on the shot clock. Perry's got to go. Gets to the foul line, elbow, missed the shot, and Meban will clear, or Matten rather, the rebound for Mount Olive. Looking to get it as close as it's been in a while on the Trojans on this trip. They try to get it down to the paint, but Matten couldn't get there. Patriots forced the turnover, almost turned it over themselves at this end. Good save by Ryan Davis. Parker. Out of Davis, top side, 16 to shoot for FMU. Plenty of time, gets a screen from Stevens. Davis looking to drive. Gets it off the window, and Ryan Davis puts it home. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, filling up the stat sheet. Ryan Davis here in the first half. Straight away, 3 is good from Jamal Matten. Been shooting just 29% from deep so far this season, but he knocks that one down, trimming the Patriots' lead to 8. Aquez Smith looking to get into the paint. Floater up and over. Ain't no good. He will clear the rebound. Brown looking to run for Mount Olive. Another 3-pointer let fly by Maine, and he rattles that one home as well. And all of a sudden, the Trojans have gotten hot from the field. And the Patriots' lead, which has been as many as 15 in this first half, is now down to 5. It's a 13-3 answer to the extended run by FMU. Pass was tipped on its way to Perry. He got it there anyway, but he was unable to hit on the shot. Meban with the rebound, driving the other way, and he will score, and Coach Edwards has seen enough, and he will take a timeout. Mount Olive down at one point, 24-9. That was the biggest advantage for the Patriots in this first half. And since then, the Trojans have warmed up from the field and closed the Patriots' advantage down to just 3. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, Domino's, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Carolina's Hospital System, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Raines Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites and Courtyard by Marriott, Mike Rickenbach, Ford Lincoln Mercury, South Carolina Education Lottery, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, the Counseling Center of Florence, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, Julia Bell's Restaurant, BD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Systems Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. The FMU Dooley Planetarium will present its annual Christmas Star program on Sunday, December 9th and Sunday, December 16th, both days at 3 p.m. The planetarium is located on the second floor of the Kaufman Educational Media Center. Out of the timeout, a couple of changes for the Patriots. Winston Hill, Kendall Wall, and Alex Cox all return. Ryan Davis and Jaquan Perry stay for FMU. For Mount Olive, who puts a little bit of full court pressure on for the first time, they have Spragley, Robinson, as Perry lets fly with a 3, and Jaquan Perry knocks down another 3 to end that Mount Olive run. But quickly on the other end, an answer. Cameron Robinson for 3. So the two teams trading a couple of three-point buckets out of the timeout. It looked like maybe the Patriots had stopped the momentum with a timeout and the Perry 3. But Mount Olive answers. Perry another 3 from the corner, and Jaquan Perry is feeling it here in the first half. A dozen for Perry to lead all scorers. 4 triples for Jaquan. He is now 4 of 6 from deep. Kendall Wall with a good find there. Put the Patriots back up by 6. Dribble handoff there to Robinson. Spragley. Looking to drive his Treacle. Gives it up. Trying to drive and losing it out of bounds, but it was last touched by a Patriot was Jonathan Meban. It'll be 11 on the shot clock for the Trojans. It's been a pretty clean first half so far, just 7 team fouls combined. So neither team in danger of putting the other in the bonus as of yet. Robinson catches it in the backcourt. Just 8 to shoot for the Trojans. Robinson, a little floater from the elbow, missed everything, but it was last touched by Perry. And we'll stay on this end with now just 4 to shoot for Mount Olive. It'll be Treacle to Trigger. Under the bucket. Spragley made a drive into the paint. Wasn't open. Treacle got it back, trying to get some room away from Davis. And as the shot clock goes off, he hits the fadeaway corner triple. As all of a sudden, Mount Olive cannot miss no matter who is pulling the trigger from downtown. And once again, it's a 3-point margin for FMU. Perry skip pass. Alex Cox open on the wing, and Cox is a little bit off the mark with the shot. Perry tried to knock it off of Jonathan Meban. No dice. It'll be Mount Olive basketball with a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it if they're able to knock down another 3. That's something that they have been doing with regularity on their last several trips. On the drive, Treacle kicks it out. Robinson a deep 3 with Davis closing out, but he fills it up. And the Trojans have come back from down 15 at one point in this first half to knotting this game up. It's the first time we've been tied since 2-2. Hill comes to give a screen for Ryan Davis on the switch. Hill's got a smaller man on him inside, and he will lay it up and in. He got around Robinson, and Winston Hill gets the Patriots back in front. 3 for Hill off the bench. Robinson, dribble handoff to Spragley. Spragley gets into the paint, kicked it into the corner. Wall got a piece. And will stay on this end. Brandon Parker will replace Alex Cox for FMU. And Jacquez Smith will give Ryan Davis a breather. From the corner, here are the FMU cheerleaders here. And the FMU bench. On Olive gets it back going. On the drive, Meban couldn't hit the shot. Winston Hill with the rebound for FMU. Smith looking to run, didn't have numbers, so he pulled it back. And the pass was deflected into the Mount Olive bench by Alan Treacle. Michael Brown, the point guard for Mount Olive, returns. He replaces Spragley. Plenty of time for FMU, 24 on the shot clock. Parker gets it into Kendall Wall. Jaquan Perry, he's been fielded in the first half. Oh, rolls in and out. Wall with a tip, no. Got it back again, almost threw it away, but it did find its way to Brandon Parker. Perry had his fifth three of the first half rattle in and out after it looked like it was more than halfway down. Good find by Parker in the paint. Hill spinning away, spun into traffic, but got fouled. It'll be Jamal Minton who picks up the foul. His first, fifth on Mount Olive, so just one more foul for Mount Olive to give before the Patriots will be in the bonus for the remainder of the half. They lead by 2. They've led by as many as 15 in this opening 15 minutes and change. Brandon Parker trying to shake the defense of Jamal Minton, and he does enough to bank it in off the window. Brandon Parker now with 5 to go with his team-leading 5 rebounds. Here's a 3 from Robinson. Wall will tip it off the glass to Winston Hill as the Patriots clear to the defensive glass. In transition, Wall thought about the 3. Instead, the Patriots will back up and run offense. Parker in the corner, watched by Robinson. Perry into the corner for 3. Couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Kendall Wall. Couldn't get the follow-up attempt to go, but he was fouled. And Kendall Wall will head to the free throw line. Patriots were preparing some reinforcements as Wall steps to the charity stripe. Kendall 5 of 11 at the free throw line so far this season, with 2 officials talking, and now all 3 of them will get together, talk something over. I think they were confirming who the call was on. It'll be Alan Treacle who picks it up, his first. Is the 6th on the team, so the Patriots now in the bonus for the rest of the half. Kendall Wall knocks down the first free throw. Calix Stevens and Douglas Dwight return. Jaquan Perry and Winston Hill to the bench. It looked like Patriots had one more substitute coming in, but maybe just waiting for the shooter. He'll hit them both. Oh, actually, Davis did check in. He's in the backcourt. Ryan Davis returned for Jacquez Smith. A little full court pressure by FMU, but the Trojans are able to break it without too much problem. Treacle gets it to Robinson. Robinson gets to the elbow, jumper is short. Parker grabs another rebound for FMU. 6 rebounds here in the first half for Parker. Long feed for Wall, and it's going to be goaltending. It went in anyway, but it'll be a goaltend against Mount Olive, and it's 4 straight points by Kendall Wall has gotten the Patriots lead back up to 8. So the Patriots saw their 15-point lead evaporate, but then have now stretched the lead back out to 8 points. A up and down, back and forth first half so far. So the Patriots have followed that extended Mount Olive run with an 8-0 run to break what was a 33 tie, with 4 points from Kendall Wall in that stretch. Patriots 14 out of 32 from the field here in the first half, while Mount Olive is 13 out of 27 from the field here in half number 1. Early in the first half, it was Jaquan Perry and the long ball that was helping the Patriots get out to that big lead. They're now 8 of 18 from downtown, 6 of 11 from Mount Olive. Patriots 5 of 7 from the line, Mount Olive 1 for 2. Rebounds, the Patriots are +6, 20-14. FMU with the advantage in that department. The most threes that the Patriots have made this season in a game is 12 against Newberry. They have also made at least 8 3-pointers in each game, and have already gotten that mark out of the way tonight with still 3:49 to go in this opening half. Full court pressure shown by FMU out of this timeout. Dwight and Wall looking to possibly trap Treacle here in the backcourt. Treacle tries to break it himself. Now he does find Robinson as the Trojans get it across with a couple of seconds to spare. 8-0 run currently for the Patriots since the Trojans tied it at 33. On the drive, Treacle, he will get all the way to the bucket and lay it in. So Alan Treacle with the bucket for the Trojans. He's now got 5. Parker with a 3, and he hits. Brandon Parker with his second triple of this first half. He has 8. 3 Patriots with at least 8 points here in this first half. Brown, the point guard, almost walked with it after breaking the trap in the backcourt. And that one was almost thrown away by the Trojans. Jamal Matton gets it into the corner. Brown on the drive, floats it up over Parker, and he breaks the run. Stops an 11-0 Patriot run. Kendall Wall thought about the 3 and said he dumps it down to Calix Stevens. Couldn't get it to go. Ryan Davis on the offensive glass, can't get it to go. Gets it back one more time, had it blocked in there. Loose ball on the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Patriots.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 15, Winston Hill.
Winston Hill back in for Calix Stevens. Patriots try to trap Brown, and it works. The combination of Davis and Kendall Wall, and Davis will throw it down in transition. The trap this time pays dividends for FMU. They've shown it at various times this season and tonight as well, and it got Brown to cough it up. Looked like there might have been a kick ball in there. The Patriots will get the benefit of the doubt there as they force Mount Olive into another turnover. Kendall Wall to Brandon Parker. Wall goes to the corner. They fake the pass there. Dwight on the drive, cut off by Treacle. Back to the top with 13 to shoot, Ryan Davis. Hill comes to screen for him. Parker, one more pass into the corner for Kendall Wall, and Kendall Wall continues his strong first half as he triples. More full court press put on by the Patriots. Kendall with 7 points here in the first half. Had 3 straight games last month in which he scored in double figures, including that road victory at Shaw, in which he scored a career-high 13. Jonathan Midman on the drive, and he gets it to go, and the foul. Looked like Davis got him with the body. And it is Davis who was hit with the personal.
Number 5, Ryan Davis.
First on Davis. Just the 14th foul on FMU as Jaquan Perry and Jacquez Smith return for Douglas Dwight and Kendall Wall, respectively. Patriots, at least temporarily, had stretched that lead back out to double figures. It was 15 at one point. Mount Olive tied it, and it's now back at double figures. It was 12 a moment ago. Currently a dozen as we enter the final minute of this first half. Action-packed first half. Winston Hill on the drive. Looked like it might have gotten tipped. Perry with a follow-up that didn't go. Now looking to run out is Brown, the point guard, ran over Jacquez Smith. No foul either way, and it was last touched by Brown, out of bounds to the Patriots. I think both coaches wanted a foul, either a charge in the Patriots case or a block in the Trojans case, but went neither. The alley-oop from Perry, just a little bit too tall for Winston Hill. He was calling for it up there. Perry a little bit too tall with that pass. And he'll go to the bench to be replaced by Kendall Wall. And Douglas Dwight will also enter the lineup. He replaces Brandon Parker as the Patriots look to go a little bit more defensive for this possession. With 41.6 to go in the half, looking to take a double-digit lead into the locker room. And we'll inbound to Treacle. The two number 4s matching up here. Treacle against Jacquez Smith as we enter the final 30 seconds of the half. Treacle gets a screen, doesn't use it, gets into the paint, flips it up over Davis. No, but the follow-up is put in by Jonathan Meban. Back to single digits now. The Patriots can hold for the last shot. Now it appears that that is what they will do. Ryan Davis with it. Hill comes out to screen for him, goes the opposite way of it. Now Kendall Wall, deep three for Wall, a little short, and it'll go out of bounds with just a couple of tenths of a second left. Mount Olive, see if they try a heave at the break. Treacle will. I think it was late, doesn't matter. It was short anyway, and we have reached the end of the first half. It was an up and down first half. The Patriots led by as many as 15. Mount Olive came back and tied it at one point at 33-33. And then the Patriots got it back into double figures in the latter stages of this first half and will now take an 8-point cushion into the locker room. Taking a look at the Patriots leaders in the first half, Jaquan Perry with his 4 threes. Led the Patriots with 12 first half points, 6 rebounds for Brandon Parker. Also had a team high 4 assists in that first half. Leading FMU in both of those categories, Calix Stevens with 9. Parker had 8 points to go with those 6 rebounds and 4 assists. 7 points and 5 rebounds and 4 assists for Ryan Davis. For Mount Olive, 11 points for Jonathan Meban, 10 for Jamal Matton. Those are the only 2 Mount Olive players in double figures and the only players with more than 6 points in the first half. So Patriots with a 49-41 lead. We will be back with second half action here from the Smith University Center here shortly on the Patriots Sports Network.
We're filming this.
Everybody, listen to me and return me my ship. I'm your captain, I'm your captain. Though I'm feeling mighty sick, I've been lost now, days uncounted, and it's months since I've seen home. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or am I all alone? If you return me to my home port, I will kiss you I can feel the hand of a stranger, and it's tightening around my throat. Heaven help me, heaven help me, take this stranger from my boat. I'm your captain, I'm your captain, though I'm feeling mighty sick. you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices.
Welcome back to Smith University Center. We're just about ready for the second half here between the FMU Patriots and the Mount Olive Trojans. Rob Lau here with you. It is 49-41. As you can see, FMU in front. They led by as many as 15 in that first half. But Mount Olive went on a big run in the middle of the half to tie it up at 33 apiece. Patriots answered with an 11-0 run following the tying of the contest and got it back to a double-digit margin a couple of different times in the latter stages of the first half. And it is an 8-point margin for the Patriots after 20 minutes and with 20 minutes left to play. Patriots 17 out of 40 from the field in the first half, including 10 of 21 from downtown. 4 threes for Jaquan Perry and 2 each for Calix Stevens and Brandon Parker. For the Patriots in that first half, they also made 5 of 7 from the line. A place where the Patriots struggled in their first 5 games, just 64.5% as a team from the charity stripe so far this season as last in the Peach Belt Conference. But they have improved on that, at least so far, through 20 minutes of play tonight. They were led in scoring by Perry and his 4 threes. He had a dozen. Calix Stevens with 9 points, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Brandon Parker, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Ryan Davis. For Mount Olive, leading scorer was Jonathan Miban. Off the bench, 11 points, including a triple. For him, Jamal Matton with 10 points and 3 rebounds. Alan Treacle, 14.9 points a game at the start of the night. He was the leading scorer for Mount Olive. He was held to 5 points in that first half. The Trojans overall 17 out of 32 from the field, including 6 of 11 from downtown. Their run to tie things up was largely fueled by the 3, including a couple from Matton and 2 from Cameron Robinson as well. They made just 1 of 3 in their trips to the foul line. The Patriots a big advantage on the glass, 24-17, including +7 on the offensive glass. They out-rebounded Mount Olive 12-5 in terms of offensive rebounding. They also forced 8 turnovers while turning it over just 5 times themselves. I mentioned the assists earlier, 19.6 per game for FMU, leading the Peach Belt and 5th nationally in NCAA Division II men's basketball. They assisted on 14 of their 17 field goals in the first half, where Mount Olive was much closer to a 50% clip, 9 assists on 17 first half field goals. Points in the paint favored Mount Olive, 22-14, with the Patriots 16-4 advantage in points off of turnovers. So those 8 turnovers have turned into 16 FMU points. Have certainly taken advantage of that. Starting 5 is back out there on the floor for FMU. Jacquez Smith, Ryan Davis, Calix Stevens, Brandon Parker, and Jaquan Perry. For Mount Olive, it is Michael Brown, Alan Treacle, Don Pigford, Jamal Matton, and Cameron Robinson. Here's Perry. 4 threes in the first half, and 12 seconds into the second, he knocks another one down. 15 points for Jaquan Perry, the transfer from Florida Atlantic. Senior, he'll have just 1 season of eligibility here at FMU, 2 seasons at Spartanburg Methodist before going to FAU for last season, played 12 games with the Owls, playing Conference USA. As Brown drives to the rack, no, but he is fouled, and he will head to the foul line for Mount Olive on their first possession of this second period. Jacquez Smith, the guilty party there for FMU. Second on him, first on FMU here in this half. Only Don Pigford of Mount Olive had 2 fouls in the first half. Everyone else had either 1 or none. Brown, 14 of 18 coming into this evening at the foul line. 1 of 2 in the first half, and he will get the friendly bounce on that one. One more coming for the freshman point guard out of Winchester, Virginia, and he hits it. Patriots by 9. A little bit of token pressure from the Trojans as Smith brings it up for FMU. Screen and roll with Ryan Davis. Davis looked to drive, and he took a step too many before he gave it off to Smith. And it'll be the first turnover of the second half for the red, white, and blue. Final non-conference game for FMU. And in fact, they will be off until December 17th and December 19th. A couple of Peach Belt Conference road games at Georgia Southwestern and Columbus State before they take another little bit of an extended break for the holiday period. Turnover there. Finals start tomorrow here at FMU, so guys with plenty of time to get their studies in for exams over the next week or so. Caleb Stevens driving on Spragley, couldn't get it to go, or rather Pigford defending, and he will grab the rebound for FMU. As I mentioned, he was the only one in any sort of foul trouble. He had 2 relatively early in that first half for Mount Olive. Treacle on the drive, couldn't get it to go over Brandon Parker. Grabs yet another rebound. Parker to Davis. Parker, he got fouled from behind. It was blocked by Matten. It's going to be last touch by Robinson. Out of bounds. FMU will keep it with 20 on the shot clock. The lead has been hovering around double digits for most of the night, outside of the brief period which Mount Olive did tie it up at 33-all. It's the only tie we've had since 2-2. Smith looking for the entry pass to Stevens, and he was getting held underneath, according to the official under the bucket. And it'll be Alan Treacle who picks it up. Second on Treacle, first on Mount Olive here in this half. So that is the second Trojan to pick up a second personal. Wet spot on the floor in the paint. Ryan Davis gets the towel from FMU athletic trainer Trey Holler and wipes it up before we can resume action here. A couple of minutes gone here in the second half. The final home game for the Patriots for a month. Young Harris coming in for a Peach Belt doubleheader. Women at 1:30, men at 3:30 on Saturday, January 5th. That's the next time the FMU men and women's basketball teams will be in action here at Smith University Center. Parker, a good pass to Ryan Davis, cutting. He will finish, and the foul.
For the basket, fouls on the Trojans, number 14.
4 assists for Brandon Parker, who is just 2 of 6 from the field. He had 7 points on Saturday, a season low against North Georgia, and hasn't been filling it up here tonight yet. He's got 5, but he's been doing it in other ways. 6 rebounds, and then the assist. Missed on the free throw, but Jaquan Perry keeps it alive with the offensive rebound. Perry's 3rd rebound. Jacquez Smith looking to drive. Drove under the bucket. Perry finds Parker. Thought about firing it inside. Wasn't there. Looks for the cutting Smith. And Smith threw it to where Caleb Stevens had been seconds earlier, but he wasn't there anymore. And just tossed it into the section of fellow student athletes sitting in the front row over there. A few women's basketball players and softball players on that far side. In that first row. Student athletes here at FMU do a great job of supporting each other, coming out to as many events as their schedules allow. Here's a drive and a hoop by Jonathan Meban. Meban with 9 for Mount Olive. Lead is 9, 17 minutes to go. Kendall Wall, good first half for FMU. As he entered the lineup during that last dead ball. Parker looking to drive, kicks it out. Wall, one more pass to the open Stevens for 3, and Caleb Stevens knocks down yet another 3. for the Patriots. They've been letting them fly here tonight. Kalix now in double figures. He has a dozen. And the lead is back to a dozen. Treacle thought about it. Looking to get it into the corner for Brown. Brown has to pick up his dribble. Treacle with 12 to shoot. On the drive, layup goes. And to weave his way around Jaquan Perry. And Treacle is able to lay it in. Treacle with 7. Leading scorer for Mount Olive coming into play tonight. Just a shade under 15 points a game. The Patriots have kept him in check, at least for the most part, to this point in the evening. Parker posting up Brown in the paint. Wanted to get it from Smith, but they couldn't quite find the lane to get it to him. Stevens thinking about the face-up three. He'll let fly. Almost banked it home. Perry keeps it alive for FMU and tracked down by Kendall Wall. Again, the offensive glass providing dividends for FMU. They were +7 on the offensive glass in the first half. And that provided the entire rebounding margin. 15 to shoot. Wall gets to Stevens. Mismatch as he's guarded by the shorter Brown, and he got a little bit too aggressive. And it's an offensive foul called against the Patriot freshman, Kalix Stevens. 15-18 to go in the first half. 10-point lead for the Patriots. We'll be back momentarily. Patriots up by 10. It's been at or around this margin for much of this contest. Patriots held an 8-point lead at the intermission. Extended it out by 2 more points in the opening few minutes of this second half. Leading the way for FMU in scoring is Jaquan Perry. He's got 15. Kalix Stevens joining him in double figures with a dozen. Tonight, the final home game, as I mentioned, for FMU basketball before the new year. Patriot women will play their final non-conference game next Friday, December 14th at Claflin at 5:30. And then both teams will be on the road in conference action just before the holiday break. December 17th, both are at Georgia Southwestern, and then December 19th, both at Columbus State. Next home dates will be Saturday, January 5th, 1:30. The women will play Young Harris, and then the men will follow against the Mountain Lions as well. Out of the timeout, Trojans with the basketball. Brown, the point guard, prodding the FMU defense. Almost fumbled it after getting it back from Matt, and now he does turn it over. Jacquez Smith picks it up for FMU, and he's going to be fouled by Treacle. So Treacle picks up his third. That's the third team foul on Mount Olive this half. Ryan Davis back for Jaquan Perry. Treacle, at least for the moment, will go to the foul line, or go to the bench, I should say. With those 3 fouls, sophomore Darius Spragley returns. And we got a whistle off of the ball, and Kalix Stevens is called for an illegal screen off the ball. And now Kalix with his third foul, and he will head to the bench, replaced by the other 6'7" freshman forward, Winston Hill. So in the matter of a couple of moments, went from no one really being in foul trouble to one player on either side picking up their third personal. Just more than 5 minutes played here in the second half. Robinson with it. Double figure scoring in each of the last 2 seasons against FMU. Been held in check tonight. Foul called against Kendall Wall, reaching in, looking to pick up a steal. Kendall's first, team 4th. Already more fouls in this first half than we had for almost the entirety of the first half. Letting fly for 3 and coming up short is Meban. Ryan Davis with the rebound, looking to push. Wall kicks it into the corner for Parker, and offensive foul on Kendall Wall. The junior Cameron Robinson getting himself set underneath, and Wall crashed into him. And Wall picks up 2 in a matter of seconds, and already the Patriots now with 5 team fouls this half. Just one more to give before Mount Olive is in the bonus. And you don't want them to begin the bonus this early. The opportunity to make up this deficit with the clock stop. Smith almost lost the handle of the basketball as Matten hit the bucket on the other end to cut it back to single digits at 8. Hill's pass tipped, and it is last touch by the Patriots. So Mount Olive, the basketball once again. Matten was ready to trigger before the officials were ready for him to do so, so they go to a halt, and that gives FMU a chance to put a little bit of a backcourt press on, as FMU's point guard, Jacquez Smith, will pick up Mount Olive's point guard, Michael Brown, full court. Gets it back from Robinson, and then creates some space for himself. Got Wall up in the air, missed the shot on the tip, no good by Spragley. Davis clears for FMU. Davis trying to get it down to the paint to Winston Hill, had it knocked away. Now the Trojans looking to run. Brown now waits for his teammates to catch up. Wide open was Medben at the top of the key. And now Brown will get a left wing 3 wide open, and he triples. Brown now in double figures with 10 points. As Mount Olive gets it down to 5, the closest they have been so far in the second half. Davis. Hill will screen for him. Go to the corner. Letting fly and missing everything was Brandon Parker. Hill had a follow-up attempt that didn't go, but he was fouled. And Winston Hill will head back to the free throw line for FMU. Jamal Matten with his second, 4th on Mount Olive this half. Winston Hill 1 for 2 from the foul line so far. Sophomore Don Pigford for Mount Olive over near the scorer's table, looking to check in at the next opportunity. Looks like there is another Trojan who may check in a moment as well. Hill came in 12 of 19 from the line today. Season, 9.2 points, and he knocks home the first. And Pigford and Treacle will return. Treacle with those 3 fouls replaces Brown. And Meban, the other Trojan, ahead of the bench with Pigford returning. Brown, by the way, just picking up his 3rd foul. Or correction, no fouls for Brown. It was Matten picking up his 2nd on that last personal. Treacle running the point now with Brown on the bench. Here's Robinson. Corner Spragley. Spragley gets it back. He will fire for 3. No good. Brandon Parker with a rebound for FMU. Davis gets it back to Parker, trying to get it down low to Hill. They try to trap, kicks it out to Parker on the wing for 3. No. Ryan Davis had a piece of the offensive rebound, couldn't corral it, but it was last touched by Mount Olive. And FMU will have a almost completely fresh shot clock, 29 seconds. The band for Matten, the change for Mount Olive. Patriots by 7. Struggling a little bit so far from the field in this second half. Parker will dribble handoff with Davis. Davis gets the foul line, looking for somebody, and we've got a hold call underneath. We've got the big man Pigford holding Winston Hill. And Pigford just picked up his 4th. And they were trying to get him out, but the Patriots were too quick to get the ball in. They were trying to bring in Larimore. So Pigford out there temporarily with 4 fouls. Skip pass finds Perry. Good recovery by the Mount Olive defense. Parker Davis, 7 to shoot. Davis will let fly from deep. Almost banked it home. Winston Hill, the offensive rebound. Back out to Davis as the Patriots can reset. Davis almost had it poked away. Kendall Wall thought about it. Perry left open on the left wing. Good. Jaquan Perry. 6 3-pointers for the senior from Charleston, South Carolina. Back to 10 for the Patriot lead, and that is 18 now for Perry. Leads all scorers. Also the most he has scored in a Patriot uniform. Tie for the most, in fact. He scored 18 against Methodist in the home opener a few weeks back. Down to the paint. Fouled is Meban. And that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 62-52, the Patriots leading it, just under 11.5 to go here in the second half. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, Domino's, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Carolina's Hospital System, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites and Courtyard by Marriott, like Rickenbach Ford Lincoln Mercury, South Carolina Education Lottery, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, the Counseling Center of Florence, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy's Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC, Arby's, Julia Bell's Restaurant, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Sizzlin Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Patriot Nation, be proud and wear red, white, and blue. For all your Christmas gifts, visit the Francis Marion Patriots online store at www.fmupatriots.com, shop.com to get all your Patriot gear. Keep up with all Patriot sports action all year long online at www.fmupatriots.com and on social media. FMU fans, use the hashtag Swamp'em. So Jaquan Perry tying his FMU career high with 18 points. Brandon Parker closing in on a double-double, 8 points and 8 rebounds to go with 5 assists. He and Kendall Wall each with 5 assists, 4 for Ryan Davis. For FMU, as we resume action out of the timeout. A couple of foul shots coming for freshman Jonathan Meban. 8 of 9 for the season at the foul line. And the first one spins out on him. Meban with 7 so far tonight. Knocks home the second. Correction, make that 14 for Meban. He leads all scorers. Full court pressure by Mount Olive. Kendall Wall fumbles with it in the backcourt and turns it over. Brown gets it over to Treacle driving, and Treacle gets the bucket to go. So the pressure leads to a turnover and 2 quick points for Mount Olive. Back down to a 7-point game. They've been as close as 5 here in the second half. Davis brings it up, gets it across the timeline against the pressure, driving right by Treacle. Couldn't get the layup to go, and Winston Hill is going to be called for being over the back on Jamal Matton. And that'll be the 7th team foul on FMU. Second on Hill, and already not even halfway through this second half, the Trojans are in the bonus.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 4, Smith.
Jaquez Smith returns for Kendall Wall for the Patriots. Jamal Matton will go to the line. Rattles out the first free throw, but the Patriots cannot corral the rebound. So he missed the front end of the 1-and-1. But the Patriots unable to take advantage, and so Mount Olive will have a fresh 30 seconds. They will launch it into the backcourt. Robinson collects the pass from Brown. Brown on the drive, working against Smith. Trojans wanting an and one, but Smith got him on the floor. It's going to be 8 team fouls now against the Patriots.
Foul for the Patriots, number 4.
for Smith. It's his third. So the team fouls, which were nowhere near a problem for anyone other than Pigford on the Mount Olive side in the first half, all of a sudden racking up on both sides here in the second half. Brown knocks home the first, so he gets the second here in the 1-1 situation. Got that one as well. And once again, for the second time this half, Mount Olive has trimmed the deficit to 5. Smith breaks the pressure, finds Perry, thought about the 3. And so FMU back it up and reset. Winston Hill comes and shows for it. Davis finds Parker in the corner. Top side, Jaquan Perry feeling it, a little bit short. Follows his own miss and keeps it alive. Fresh 30. Now Parker from the wing. Missed it. And Robinson has the rebound for the Trojans. And then Parker, again, another cool shooting night, just like he had the other afternoon against North Georgia on Saturday. Medman shot blocked by Jaquan Perry, but the loose ball finds Brown, short on the layup, and Perry has the rebound. The Trojans had a chance there in transition to cut it to 3, and Brown couldn't finish. Break there for FMU. Ryan Davis driving, spinning in the paint, lost it on his way up. Brown with it, coming back the other way. Has the 6'7" Hill on him. Gives it up. Treacle, now Medban, leading scorer for Mount Olive so far this evening. He has 14. On the drive, Brown trying to initiate the contact from Winston Hill. He was looking for the foul, as was the Trojan coaching staff. No call. Perry into Smith in the corner for 3. Got it! Jaquez Smith knocks down a triple. 6 points for the FMU junior point guard from Ocala, Florida. Back to an 8-point advantage with 9 minutes remaining. The Trojans moments ago could have cut it to 3. And now the Patriots are back up by 8. This time on the drive, Treacle is able to finish. Treacle into double figures with 11. Four players now in double figures for Mount Olive, 2 for FMU. Jaquez Smith gets the skip feed, thought about the 3, then lost the handle. It ends up in the hands of Brown. Robinson with a right wing 3, rattles it in, and it's back to a 1-possession game. The Trojans almost cut it to a 3-point game moments ago. Now they have a 65-62. It's the closest they've been since that 11-0 Patriot run broke it open near the end of the first half. Hill down underneath, bobbled it for a moment, couldn't finish the layup, and Mavan clears it. Get it back to a 1-point game or tie it up with a 3 of the Trojans here. They will try for the tie, a little bit long on the shot. Jonathan Medban. Patriots will bring it back the other way. Jaquez Smith walking it up with 7.5 minutes to go here at Smith University Center. Ryan Davis on the drive, knocked away by Brown, will stay on this end. And when we resume, the Patriots will have it with 17 seconds on the shot clock. FMU students are encouraged to join the Riot Club, the student fan group for Patriot Athletics. Applications are available on the athletic website at FMUpatriots.com. And don't forget to follow Francis Marion University Athletics through social media at FMU Sports. You can also support FMU Athletics by joining the Swamp Fox Club. For more information, visit our website at www.fmupatriots.com or call 843-661-1240. That's 843-661-1240. Patriots just 5 of 15 in the second half from the field. And that has helped Mount Olive trim the deficit down to 3 with just under 7.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Coming up next for both teams, for the Patriots, Peach Belt Conference contest on December 17th and 19th at Georgia Southwestern State, then at Columbus State. For Mount Olive, They will continue Conference Carolina's play on Saturday against Lees McRae. So they'll look to move to 2-0 in conference play after knocking off King 78-63, one of the conference favorites preseason in Conference Carolinas. The Trojans were picked to finish third preseason. They're returning 2 all-conference players, but one of them, senior forward Dominic Pham, taking a redshirt year this season, so not available. Had a double-double against the Patriots last year, including 3 blocks. As we resume, the Patriots with the ball. Up by 3, Calix Stevens back in the lineup after the timeout, replacing Winston Hill. Kendall Wall also back into the lineup, replaced Smith. Brandon Parker on the drive, and he got fouled. Just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Coach Higginbotham here in front of our position. Just above and slightly to the left of the scorer's table. Right in front of me here. Didn't agree. 6-team foul against the Trojans this half. Robinson picking up his first foul. Davis with a deep 3 for FMU, short. And Maban will clear the rebound for Mount Olive. 3 is as close as they've been this half. Looking to trim it even closer with Maban, and he gets the hoop and the harm. And Jonathan Maban has a chance to tie this ball game up at 65 if he can complete this old-fashioned 3-point play. Ryan Davis picks up his second personal. It's the 9th on the Patriots this half, so it'll be double bonus the rest of the way for the Trojans. Next foul for Mount Olive will put them over the limit. And so the Patriots will be in the 1-1. Maban can't tie it, though, with the free throw. The Patriots bring it back the other way. Jacquez Smith back into the lineup. Replace Kendall Wall out of the timeout. Felix Stevens down underneath the little short jumper. Goes. Felix now with 14. Jaquan Perry leads with 18. 14 for Stevens. Those are the 2 Patriots in double figures. 6.5 minutes to go. Schrakel gets it right back from Robinson. Now Robinson thought about the 3. Madden into the corner. Brown for the tie. Got it. They couldn't tie it with the and-one opportunity moments ago, but the 3-pointer by Brown does knot things up at 67 for Mount Olive. Brandon Parker thought about the 3. Instead, he'll drive, try to find Stevens. Got it knocked right back to him and stripped away by Jamal Matton. Brown on the run, looking to give the Trojans their first lead in a while. Maban will lay it in. Maban with a transition layup, and the Trojans have their first lead since 4-2. Brandon Parker, a deep 3. Patriots back on top. Brandon Parker has had a tough night shooting to this point. He was just 3 of 11 before that make, but he knocks down that triple to get to 11 points and become the third, I should say, Patriot into double figures here tonight. And they're back on top 70-69. And we'll be back after this timeout. Sir. 5:29 to go here in the second half. Patriots up by 1 thanks to that last 3-pointer by Brandon Parker. 11 points now for Parker. Fans, be sure to sign your kids up for the Patriots Kids Club. For more information on how your child can become a member, call 843-661-1503 or go online to www.fmupatriots.com. Smith, Stevens, Parker, Davis, and Wall, the 5 for FMU. For Mount Olive, it's Matten, Treacle, Maban, Brown, and Robinson. Both teams in the bonus. Mount Olive in the double bonus the rest of the way. Treacle with a 3, and Mount Olive takes the lead right back. It's 72-70. So the teams trading buckets and the lead back and forth the last 3 possessions. Can FMU answer? Ryan Davis on the crossover, gets into the paint, finds Stevens, missed on the 3, and then grabs the rebound for Mount Olive. They have not led by more than 2. They led 2-0, 4-2, and now 72-70. There's Treacle, just gave them the lead back with a 3 on the last possession. He's at 14 points after just 5 in the opening half. On the drive, gets by Davis, and he lays it up and in with just 2 seconds on the shot clock, and the biggest lead for Mount Olive of the evening is now at 74-70. Parker gets a screen from Stevens. West Smith with a 3, and Jock knocks it down. Smith with his 3rd triple. He has knocked down all 3 of his 3-pointers tonight. He now has 9. Back to a 1-point deficit for FMU. Brown almost walked with it. Gets it back from Robinson. 10 to shoot. And then in the corner, dribbled it off of his own leg. It'll be out of bounds to the Patriots. And we'll have another timeout on the floor. Mount Olive with the lead, but it's just 1 after that last Smith 3-pointer. Back with the last 3:47 after this timeout.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, check it out.
74-73, the Trojans with it. Out of the timeout, the Patriots will have it after the turnover at our last action. The FMU Dooley Planetarium will present its annual Christmas Star program on Sunday, December 9th and the 16th. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, both of those days. The planetarium is located on the 2nd floor of the Cawthon Educational Media Center. Out of the timeout, Davis, Smith, Parker, Stevens, and Perry. So the starting 5 out there on the floor for FMU as they look to regain the lead. Mount Olive got their lead to as big as 4 at 74-70. Patriots, though, knocked down to 3. Jacquez Smith, their last trip. Now Parker in the corner to give the Patriots the lead again. No, but Stevens is there for the offensive rebound. Fresh 30 seconds for FMU. Davis. Parker on the drive, spinning away from Maban and gets it to go. Brandon Parker. Big hoop there, 13 for Parker. Patriots back in front. Brown watched by his point guard counterpart Smith. Makes its way over to Maban. Parker showing hard on him. Makes him give it up to Matten. And looks up the shot clock, under 10 to shoot for the Trojans. Brown, Matten driving into the paint. Good defense there by Perry on the help. Forced the altered shot. FMU gets a stop. Now a chance to extend the lead at the other end as we reach 2.5 to go. Jacquez Smith will get a screen from Stevens. Stevens switched onto the point guard, Brown, if FMU wants to go that way. Smith is instead thinking about using his speed advantage to get to the paint, and Smith rolls it home. Jacquez Smith, Patriot number 4 in double figures, the junior with 11. 77-74 Pats. 7-0 FMU run since they went down by 4. Treacle on the drive, cut off. Couldn't get the shot to go. Parker clears. Another stop for the FMU defense is once again FMU, which is unlike them, at least for most of their games so far this season, slowing it down a little bit, taking the air out of the basketball a little bit. Good screen and roll with Stevens and Smith. And Stevens slams it home. And it's a timeout called by Mount Olive. A 9-0 Patriot response to Mount Olive's biggest lead of the day at 4, 74-70. Taking a look at the leading scores for both teams. Jaquan Perry still topping the charts for FMU with 18 points. Calix Stevens after that last slam now with 16, as he makes it now 6 straight games to start his collegiate career scoring in double figures. Brandon Parker with 13, 9 rebounds and 6 assists. Leads the Patriots in assists and tied with Ryan Davis for the team lead in rebounds. Parker and Davis both just shy of double-doubles. Davis not quite in double figures in points, but he does have 9 rebounds and 9 points, also 4 assists. Jacquez Smith with 11 points. On the other side, Mount Olive has been led tonight by Jonathan Meban, 18 points tonight. Came in hot from behind the long line with 11 of 17 from deep in his last 2 games. He's made just 1 of 4 there tonight. He's gotten a majority of his scoring going to the bucket. Also in double figures for the Trojans, Alan Treacle with 16, Michael Brown with 15, Jamal Matton with a dozen. So out of the timeout, the Patriots go a little bit more defensive as they bring Kendall Wall onto the floor for Calix Stevens. That's the change. It's Robinson, Treacle, Matton, Meban, and Pigford return to the lineup for Mount Olive with 90 seconds left in regulation. Brown watched by Jaquan Perry. The screen from Pigford, and we got an offensive foul. Pigford, I believe, with the moving screen, and I believe that is 5. Goodbye to Pigford, who fouls out for Mount Olive. First player to foul out on either side. No one else with 4 for FMU. Here's Ryan Davis. They try to trap him, gives it up to Smith. Smith with a back cut, it's Calix Stevens. So Calix Stevens, again, combining with Jacquez Smith. Good work there by Perry to force the tie-up for FMU. He tied up Michael Brown. The arrow has it staying here with Mount Olive. Kendall Wall will replace Calix Stevens. Stevens now tied with Perry for the team lead with 18 points tonight. Good work by Perry to tie it up and get the arrow back in favor of the Patriots. 25 to shoot for Mount Olive. Right now the Patriots with an 11-0 run. Meban trying to end it, going under the bucket, can't get it to go, and Ryan Davis grabs his 10th rebound for FMU. See if the Trojans go for the foul. They do. Treacle fouls Jacquez Smith with 48.6 to go. 4th on Treacle. 18 fouls, so still 1-1 for the Patriots on this end. Currently it's an 11-0 Patriot run. Make it 12 as Smith knocks down the first. The Patriots are now once again over 80 points. They have scored at least 80 points in all 6 games this season as Douglas Dwight gets up off the bench ready to check in, but he won't get to as Smith rattled out the second. Brown in a hurry. Gets it out deep 3 from Meban, short. Offensive rebound Robinson, and he's going to be fouled by Smith. 4th on Smith. It'll be double bonus for Cameron Robinson. He struggled at the line this season, 5 of 10. And these will be his first attempts of the night. Trying to cut into the Patriot 8-point advantage. And he misses the first. The Twin Towers, Stevens and Hill back in for the Patriots. Wall and Perry to the bench, at least for the moment. Hill and Stevens in there to give the Patriots an advantage down on the blocks to grab the rebound if, in fact, Robinson misses again. He doesn't. So that'll snap the Patriots' 12-0 run. Patriots get it in, and Davis is fouled by Jamal Matton. Still 1-1, as it is the 9th team foul on Mount Olive, 3rd on Matton. And once again, the Patriots will do the offense-defense substitution, Perry and Wall for Stevens and Hill.
Back into the Patriots, number 1, Jaquan Perry. Number 22, Kendall Wall. And at the line, number 5, Ryan.
Patriots with 16 three-pointers tonight. Davis missed the front end. Still life for the Trojans as Treacle grabs it racing back the other way. Kicks it out, Robinson 3, good. Timeout Mount Olive. That worked out just about as well as Mount Olive could have hoped. They got the miss by Davis on the front end of the 1-and-1. Got a quick 3 in transition from Robinson to trim the deficit to 4.
Tonight is the final home game for FMU basketball before the new year. The Patriot women.
So the Patriots' 12-0 run has been answered by a 4-0 spurt
30 p.m. Before both FMU basketball teams play a pair of road conference games before Christmas, December 17th
by Mount Olive.
December 19th.
The Patriots, I mentioned, with a 16 three-pointers tonight on 36 tries. Those are both the most that they have made and attempted this season.
You can keep up with all Patriot sports action online. www.fmupatriots.
So Landry Gainey, a freshman from Hampstead, North Carolina, 6'2" freshman guard, in for the first time for Mount Olive, guarding Davis, the inbounder, and he will commit the foul on Jaquan Perry. With some of the other Trojans in some foul trouble. They bring him in for defense and because he has 5 fouls to give. And it is now double bonus for FMU, Jaquan Perry to the charity stripe. Jaquan with his first free throw attempts of the night. He is 12 of 16 this year, make it 13 of 17 as he knocks home the first. New career high as a Patriot for Jaquan. He has got 19. 5 on the floor right now for FMU. Perry, who's at the line. Smith, Parker, Wall, Davis, although Douglas Dwight is ready to come back in here in a moment. He will replace Smith. Perry now with 20. Patriot lead is 6. Madden running the baseline, looking for an option for Mount Olive as the Patriots put on some full court pressure to help run a few extra seconds off the clock. Robinson 3 short. Loose ball tracked down by Jaquan Perry. Thinking that he would grab what may be the last rebound of the game, as it was his 3-pointers who really helped trigger the FMU offense, especially in that first half. Brandon Parker is fouled with 8 seconds. Once again, double bonus for FMU. Robinson picks up his second. Parker with 13 tonight for FMU, despite 5 for 14 from the field. His first free throw attempts of the evening coming here. He's 9 of 12 at the line this season. Knocks home the first. So make it 14 for Brandon. Rebound shy of a double-double. Ryan Davis, by the way, a point short of a double-double after grabbing his 10th rebound a few minutes ago. Second one on the way from Parker. Got the friendly bounce. Smith for Doug Dwight. So 15 for Parker. Trojans get it in. Brown running it up. He will let fly on a 3, short. And Jacquez Smith ends up with a loose ball, and the clock hits triple zeros, and the Patriots get their 5th consecutive victory. Finish the non-conference season going 4-1, and it is now the long Peach Belt Conference season that lies ahead of FMU. 86-78, the final score as the Patriots improve to 5-1, and the Trojans fall to 2-5. Taking a look at the final statistics from tonight's contest. First, the leading scorer tonight for FMU, senior Jaquan Perry, 20 points with 6 3-pointers. He also had 8 rebounds and 2 assists tonight. The senior transfer from Charleston, South Carolina, 18 points for Calix Stevens, also had 5 boards. Make that all 6 games in double figures for the freshman from Tuscaloosa, Alabama this season. 15 points, 9 boards, 6 assists for Brandon Parker. He led the Patriots in assists with those 6. Jacquez Smith with a dozen. He also handed out 5 assists and knocked down all 3 of the triple tries he had. Ryan Davis just shy of a double-double, 9 points and 10 boards. Kendall Wall filling up the stat sheet off the bench, 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Winston Hill, 5 points, 4 boards off the FMU bench as well. For Mount Olive, Jonathan Meban, 18 points and 5 rebounds. He was one of 5 players in double figures for the Trojans. Alan Treacle, their leading scorer for the season, ended up just above his season average with 16, including 11 in the second half. Michael Brown with 15 and the team high, tying 6 assists, 13 points, I should say, for Cameron Robinson. 12 points for Matten. He also had 4 rebounds and 6 assists. Don Pigford was in foul trouble most of the night, ended up fouling out in the late going. He did lead Mount Olive with 6 rebounds, however. Looking at the shooting statistics, Patriots 44% from the field and from downtown, 29 of 65 overall. Season highs in 3-pointers made, 16, and attempts 36. They made 12 of 17 from the line. Mount Olive 30 of 59, 50.8% from the field. The second time this season, and in fact second game in a row, where the Patriots have allowed their opponent to shoot over 50% but still win the game. Mount Olive 11 of 23 from beyond the long line, struggled at the free throw line, 7 of 13. Patriots ended up turning over 16 times while forcing just 12 turnovers for Mount Olive this evening. Patriots with a huge advantage on the glass tonight, plus 18, 45-27, including a 20-8 edge in offensive rebounds. They assisted on 24 of their 29 field goals. So once again, upping that assist average, which at the start of play today was the 5th best assist per game average for a team in NCAA Division II. So that is on its way up. Points in the paint, a 36-26 advantage for Mount Olive. The Trojans, their next contest Saturday against Lee's McRae as they continue Conference Carolinas play. For the Patriots, now some time off for finals week. They will return to action on Monday, December 17th at Georgia Southwestern State. The women will be in action against the Hurricanes that day as well. And then both teams on Wednesday the 19th will be at Columbus State. And the next home contest for the Patriots, Saturday, January 5th, 1:30 the women, 3:30 the men against Young Harris. That'll be the next Patriots Sports Network broadcast. So this is the final broadcast on the Patriot Sports Network for the calendar year. So for everyone here at the Patriot Sports Network, Rob Lau wishing you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, as the Patriots knock off Mount Olive 86-78 here at Smith University Center. Good night, everybody.